Look, this is my copy of Joy Luck Club, bought in 1994. I remember right after I stepped out from the cinema watching Joy Luck Club, I headed to NPH, a bookstore in the mall. I really enjoyed this story. Have you seen that before, the movie, or have you read this book before?
I just want to read out the first paragraph and the last paragraph of the preface. Bear with me. Paragraph number 1. The old woman remembered a swan she had bought many years ago in Shanghai for a foolish sum. This bird, Brewster the market vendor, was once a duck that stretched its neck in hopes of becoming a goose, and now look, it's too beautiful to eat. And I'm going to read out the last paragraph. Now the woman was old, and she had a daughter who grew up speaking only English and swallowing more Coca-Cola than sorrow. For a long time now, the woman had wanted to give her daughter the single swan feather and tell her, this feather may look worthless, but it comes from afar and carries with it all my good intentions. And she waited year after year for the day she could tell her daughter in perfect American English. Isn't that touching?
I really love the opening of this story. It sets the tone of the story. Within the parable lies the theme of the American dream, where they believe that America is the land of opportunity. The mothers came from 1,000 miles away with all their good intentions to America, and the mothers hoped to have daughters who would look like them but would live with success and happiness. I'm not going to do a synopsis on this book because that would take a long time, but I'm just going to give you a bit of teaser, and if you are interested to find out more, I have included the link in description below for you to check it out. I don't normally like to create lengthy content just so I do not bore you to death. And if you enjoy watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. Your comments are appreciated. Tell me, where are you watching from? Is it from many thousand miles away, like the old woman and the swan were coming from? The Joy Luck Club tells the tales of 4 traditional Chinese mothers and their 4 Americanized daughters. The narration starts with Jing Mei, whose mother has recently passed away. Thus, Jing Mei is taking her mother's place at a meeting of a social group called the Joy Luck Club, together with 3 others elderly women. Jing Mei's mother used to play mahjong together with these 3 elderly women, whom Jing Mei fondly calls them aunties. The elderly women spin stories about their past and grieve the barriers that exist between their daughters and themselves. The profound story of this book unfolds itself in many vignettes over the mahjong table. I want to tell you I shed a lot of tears reading the stories of each of these 8 mothers and daughters. I could relate to their experiences. As I want to keep this video short and simple, I'm not going to confuse you by mentioning the names of mothers and daughters, but I'm going to simplify it by mentioning mother 1 and daughter 1 because they come in pairs. The first pair I'm going to introduce you is mother 1 and daughter 1. Jing Mei's mother founded the Joy Luck Club. When she fled China, she was forced to leave her 2 twin infants behind. Jing Mei was born in US. Jing Mei is a copywriter. She is a woman who lacks confidence. Mother 2 grew up in a wealthy family in China, but without status because her mother was a concubine. Her mother committed suicide. Mother 2 came to America and had daughter 2 named Rose. Like daughter 1, Rose is unsure of herself. I particularly like the scene on how Rose finally asserts having prostrated with grief when her husband demands for a divorce. It depicts a taste of cultural dilemma. Mother 3 was betrothed at infancy and married as preteens and was treated like a servant in that household, but she cleverly tricked the family and gained her freedom. Daughter 3, Waverly, was a chess prodigy who became a successful tax accountant. Mother 4 grew up as a rebellious girl in a wealthy family. After she married, her husband deserted her, and she had an abortion and lived in poverty for a decade. Daughter 4, Lena, is on the verge of divorce from her architect husband, who advocates 50-50 and even some other unequal financial arrangement on almost every household expenses, despite Lena was the one who established him in business. In my opinion, this book appeals to female readers. It depicts a mother-daughter bonding and/or inability to communicate well due to cultural gaps, such as the daughters can speak very little Chinese and their mother's English is poor. And the daughters grow up without sorrow, like how their mothers experienced painfully in their past. Their mother know their American-born daughters are blessed that they swallow more Coca-Cola than sorrow. There are more touchy-feely, juicy stories in this book, and if you are interested, go read it. The link is in the description below. And if you have read this book before, share with me your takeaway. I read every comment. I love reading them. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. This is Laini signing off from many miles away in Malaysia. Bye.